What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the building for a recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was season 10, episode 9. This episode was pretty good, you guys. Lots of drama. I have a few words for Miss Kim Zolciak with her trashy ass. I'm not motherfucking here for Kim and her bullshit or Sheree and her bullshit. Alright, so let's get off into the episode. Episode starts off with Portia. She is rehearsing for her new play that she's going to be in. The two can play that game. Y'all remember the movie. I love the movie. I was a very big fan of the movie. And she's rehearsing with her assistant and her publicist. The role she is playing is the role of Connie, which was originally played by Gabrielle Union. Vivica A. Fox, you know what, you guys, she really played the fuck out of the Shantae role. So this is a very good look for Portia. Portia loves her part in the play. I'm not feeling the blonde hair on Portia, the long blonde hair. I believe she had like a blonde bob that was straight and it was cute at one point. I don't know if you guys know about, you know, when her hair was like that, but oh my god, she killed it when it was in a bob and it was blonde. But I don't like the long blonde on Portia. Portia sounds good, you know, as she's rehearsing for the play. And I really feel like Portia will do pretty good in the play. Portia was also, she was in this TV movie called Sharknado. Did y'all see that big ass shark jump out on her? That shit was so motherfucking funny. Anyways, Portia's manager calls her and they talk about, you know, the script, how the scripted roles is really Portia's passion. And I'm just kind of looking at that. Is that a little bit of shade towards the reality TV land? Because that's where you live, honey, is reality TV. So I'm looking forward, though, to see Portia as an actress. Portia feels like everything is happening for her. And she feels like she's finally getting the opportunity she's always wanted. Except for when it comes for the husband and the baby and the possible, you know, lesbian lover that I believe she has, honey. So, all right. So next we have Sheree and Kim. They meet up, and they're supposed to be meeting with Nene. They show a glimpse back into the past of how it was when they all met up before, and that was years ago. But Sheree seems pretty excited about the meeting. Kim asks Sheree how was San Francisco. And then they talk about the fight that Kim and Kenya had at Nene's party. And then Kim asks how Kenya did in San Francisco. Like, how does she act? And Sheree said Kenya was cool in San Francisco. Sheree tells Kim about Nene and Portia's beef and how stupid it is. And then Kim says she likes Portia. Of course you like her, Kim, because both you bitches are superficial and you got Disneyland brain. That's why you like her, bitch. Then Kim asks, how is Portia with Kandi now? And Sheree tells her not good since the whole rape allegation thing. Kim admitted that the rape allegation Portia made against Kandi, that was pretty harsh. And then this fucking two-faced ass Kim says that she knows a lot about Kandi and how Kandi has threesomes with her husband. And she says that the elevator isn't going to the top floor if Kandi is willing to share her man with another woman. And I was with you on that, Kim, because I do feel like Kandi is not completely innocent in the whole Kandi and Portia situation. Because Kandi, you have threesomes with your husband. You allow other women to come in a bed with you and your man, so I don't know, y'all. That just don't sit right with me. How the hell are you a victim and you do shit like that? So I saw what Kim was saying. But Kim, you have shared other people's husbands, bitch. So you actually, that's how we were introduced to you. You were sharing a man. So I had to remember that shit. Because at first I was feeling your little comment about Kandi. And then I realized that's how you stepped on the scene. Sharing a man with another woman. So Kim, your shady ass. Do y'all pick up how two-faced that bitch is? That bitch two-faced as fuck. And I want to mention how I actually like Kim. I believe I liked her a lot better when she was single with the 2 kids and being a mistress. I really like that because I feel like at least then Kim was a little bit more of herself, and I feel like she lived in her motherfucking truth. Now the bitch acting all stuck up and superior because she got a husband, all these fucking kids. Girl, bye. Then this lying ass bitch Kim, she go tell Sheree. She tried to imply that Kandi wanted to eat her box. She don't want your trailer park trash ass box, Kim. Bitch, please. Who is you trying to convince? And Kim, don't you get your motherfucking ass on here lying it and already fired Phaedra. You know, she's not shooting with the rest of the girls, which I'm completely against. But don't you go lying on Kandi either. We don't need no more of this bullshit. So anyway, Sheree tells Kim about Prison Bae and how he's her best friend. And Kim knows Tyrone, you know, from being a promoter that used to book her, Nene, and Sheree at one point. Sheree tells Kim when he gets out, she's going to be with him. And Kim says she's happy for Sheree and Prison Bae. And she also tells Sheree that she needs some good dick in her life, which Sheree does. Kim calls Nene because they're trying to figure out where Nene is at. And then Nene tells them that she's not coming. And Nene, I don't blame you. I wouldn't sit with these fake ass two-faced bitches anyways. Nene feels like it needs to be a bigger conversation between her, Kim, and Sheree. Nene feels like there's been elephants in the room with Sheree. And she feels the same way about Kim. There's, you know, a way she's been feeling about Kim. Nene is pissed at Kim for breaking glasses in her house, cussing, and trying to fight Kenya in her house. And Nene also didn't like how Kim put her on blast in front of everybody about having a handicap, parking in a handicap spot. She didn't like that. So anyways, they hang up with Nene after she tells them they need to have a bigger conversation. And Kim immediately, with her fake ass, begins talking about how Nene had a fake Rolls Royce and how it's not real, it's a rental Royce. You's a sorry ass bitch, Kim. Why you ain't say that shit to that lady's face? So, you know, that's pretty much what that was about. Just more bullshit with Kim and Sheree talking shit behind Nene's back. They always do that stupid shit. Okay, so next you got Kim. She tells Sheree how Brielle had went to the bathroom at Nene's house and was on Snapchat and showed how Nene had cockroaches in the background. Then they showed the video of that. Sheree stated that she can get Nene an exterminator. Both these bitches are laughing at Nene, how she has bugs in her house. They clowning her. But yet this is the same bitch that you wanted to have a good time with, Sheree. And now you're shocked that there's elephants in the room, but yet y'all sitting up here clowning her and talking about her like a dog. I don't blame Nene for not beating up with you bitches, because you bitches are sorry as hell. I wouldn't have came either. Next, and especially you, Kim, you got a lot of fucking nerve. Next, we got Cynthia is doing a back-to-school drive. Cynthia is going to be giving out school supplies. This is so nice and sweet of Cynthia. And Cynthia also mentions that she should call Kenya less and not Kenya more, because ever since Kenya got married, she's been seeing Kenya less and less. Well, honey, Cynthia, Kenya is busy with her new husband. So then Mal shows up to the drive. Then Nene calls on FaceTime. She calls to invite Kenya and Cynthia to a party where they will address all the elephants in the room that all the girls have. Then Cynthia tells Kenya that she's been seeing Will, but she doesn't want to be exclusive just yet, which I feel is a fucking lie, because y'all see how motherfucking Cynthia act when motherfucking Will come around. And Kenya tells Cynthia, you know, girl, just go slow. Bitch, did you go slow when you married that man? You didn't even invite Cynthia to the motherfucking wedding. And you didn't even know that man that long. And you upped and married him. But yet Cynthia should go slow? How slow should she go? Like, I don't get it. This is a grown woman. She want to fuck that man, be in a relationship. That's her business. I wouldn't take any advice, honey, from Miss Kenya. Next, we have Cynthia. She starts taking some pictures with the kids at the little drive that they have. And then Cynthia, I noticed she is overthinking on if she should stand or sit when Will comes in. Cynthia is such a motherfucking dingbat, y'all, but it's cute, you know, because it seems like she really likes Will. It's either she really likes Will, you guys, or she wants to fuck him, either or. Kenyon says Cynthia has been acting like some schoolgirl, you know, ever since she's been seeing Will, and she needs to not act like that. She needs to act like a 50-year-old, honey. Okay, so Will comes in and he tells Cynthia that he's going to Brazil, and you know, he meets Kenya. Why did it look like Kenya was checking his ass out? He's gonna be going to Brazil for a week. Cynthia's worried because the ladies have perfect tits there and perfect asses. And then Kenya tells Cynthia she has nothing to worry about. You know, you're Cynthia Bailey. And then Kenya pulls Cynthia to the side because she feels Cynthia needs to let Will breathe and let him go to Brazil. And girl, calm down. And, you know, just everything gonna be all right, okay? So, like I said, y'all, I'm really happy for Cynthia. And, you know, she's acting like this because she really likes Will. It looks like she's trying to take it slow. But, Cynthia, you know you're ready to fuck him, so go ahead and fuck him. And all these bitches is telling you to move slow. Don't y'all think that that's kind of suspicious? Like, especially Kenya's ass, and she just got married to a motherfucker that she ain't even know all that well. Then Kandi telling you to move slow, and that bitch hurried up. Riley told us how you just up and moved tired in the motherfucking house. I wouldn't listen to none of these bitches, Cynthia. Fuck that man, okay? Because he is fuckable. I will say that. Let me calm down. Next, we have Sheree's son. He comes over to make her some food. This scene was some bullshit. I do not see Cairo's conceited ass stopping to take time out of his day to feed Sheree anything. So I think this is really just for TV. So he's putting some burgers on the grill. Tyrone calls. Sheree says her kids hasn't seen her with anybody but their dad. Girl, stop. How long ago have you been with Bob? Except for that fake ass charade y'all put on for them last couple of years. I mean, them kids ain't thinking about how, you know, you and Bob was together. They don't even want y'all to be together, you know, because they already see that the shit is not going to work out. So Sheree is just, nothing's going to work out for Sheree, because I hate to tell you guys this, and you probably have already figured it out. Sheree is a fake ass bitch, and she likes to put on a show and put on airs, and, you know. So anyway, she begins talking to Tyrone on the phone, and you know, she also had mentioned that she's scared to tell the kids, you know, he's been in prison. Well, he is in prison, shit. Look, present tense. So, girl, you full of secrets, you full of lies. Them kids see it. So, like I said, she's talking with him on the phone, and Tyrone get to lying his ass off, telling Sheree that the government had evidence that they hid against him, and you know, that's why he got thrown in there. I don't fucking believe it. Sheree claims she's seen the evidence too. Girl, bye. They had something on his ass to get his ass put away for quite some time. So you can miss me with that bullshit, Sheree. And Sheree tells Tyrone how Nene has been telling the girls how he's a con artist and he's this, that, and the third. And then Tyrone says Nene is irrelevant to the relationship. So after Sheree gets off the phone with him, Sheree asks Cairo about his dating life, and he says that he should be asking her the same thing. And then there's some long-ass drawn-out silence, because that motherfucker Sheree don't ever want to tell the truth. You know, she's a lying-ass bitch. Go ahead and tell him about Prison Bay, honey. Go ahead. Tell that young man about your prison man. Next, we got Nene. She meets with a medium, and I noticed what the medium was doing with them. If you guys noticed, she would shake some of their hands. She would hug some. So she shook Nene's hand, and then she asked Nene, well, what's going on? And, you know, they sit down, and Nene tells her that she has some girlfriends coming, and there's been some issues amongst the girls, and Nene feels like the girls are always saying there's an elephant in the room when it comes to her. And the lady ends up taking Nene's phone, and, you know, she agrees with Nene that, you know, she's going to address all the motherfucking elephants in the room, honey. Okay, so next we have Cynthia. She comes in, and the lady, I noticed, she shakes Cynthia's hand, and Cynthia can kind of tell that this lady has some rather strong energy. You know, Cynthia feels kind of weird. Then Kandi comes in, and the medium tells Kandi, oh, I don't shake hands. And then the motherfucking camera showed how this bitch is lying, because 20 minutes ago, she just shaked Cynthia and Nene's hand, but she wanted to hug Kandi's ass. So I don't know what that was about. And that motherfucking medium is a motherfucking liar. Anyways, after that, Nene asks Kandi, how was the boat ride? And Cynthia and Kandi have like this uncomfortable stare down. And it's really weird because you can tell that Cynthia is still mad that Kandi got in her business about Will. And I don't know, I just felt like Cynthia felt like Kandi was doing too much with asking Will all those questions. But Kandi says, you know, she was just being protective over Cynthia. And, you know, Nene calls Kandi the gatekeeper. You know, she got to find out everything on everybody, honey, before they come in the circle. Okay, so next we got Portia meets Sheree at her house, and Sheree mentioned she's been taking a muscle relaxer for her back pain from the accident. And they really keyed off of the muscle relaxer comment. I'm like, damn, Sheree, is you using it to get high? Anyways, Kim brings her trashy ass to Sheree's house. Sheree offers her a motherfucking smoothie. And Kim don't want no motherfucking smoothie. She's just like, well, aren't we going to a restaurant? Are we going to, you know, go and eat? And then Portia tells Kim, because Kim was asking Portia, you know, what happened to you guys in San Francisco? You know, what happened? And Portia tells Kim how her and Nene got into it in San Francisco. Nene went off on her. Then Kim tells Portia how Nene stood her and Sheree up. And then they all head to Nene's party. So that's pretty much how that went. And you could tell that Portia is really trying to fit in with Sheree and Kim, because, you know, she knows that they are against Nene, and she could kind of have not a real friend, because I don't think nobody really want to be bothered with Portia, but, you know, she could kind of fit in somewhere, because y'all know that this child only really films with her sister and assistant and the like. So anyways, next we got Kenya comes into the party. The medium hugs her, so that's the next person she hugs. She hugged Kandi and she hugged Kenya. And then she go tell her, oh, I don't shake hands. I'm like, this lying ass bitch. But anyways, the medium gives her the rules, like don't walk away from people while they're talking to you. And then she takes Kenya's phone. And Kenya thinks that the medium has some pretty interesting energy. She says that the medium is very intense and mean. And I thought that that was kind of funny. Okay, so next we have Sheree, Portia, and Kim. They come in. Kim come in saying that it smells like sage in this motherfucker. You know, she's just a white trailer trailer park bitch that she is. She ain't got no manners. Everybody's looking at her crazy. I noticed that the motherfucking medium didn't want to hug Kim at all. Kenya turns her nose up soon as she sees Kim. And then Nene introduces the girls to the medium, and the medium, not the medium, Kim ends up shaking her motherfucking hips and shit. And I'm just like, Kim, what the fuck is you doing? You such a motherfucking weirdo. So anyways, the medium tells Portia and Kim this is a no phone zone. Kim ends up, continuing with her lie, saying that that's not gonna work because I have a babies at home, I have a husband, I have a dog, I have stuff on my lawn, all her lies. That y'all know that motherfucking Kim can create a motherfucking excuse for anything. I immediately went back to season 5, how she was at that table telling all them excuses so she would have to travel with the girls. So anyways, Kandi picked up on that too and brought up a good point that Kim's oldest is 20 and she should be watching the motherfucking kids. And Kandi, I would have to say I motherfucking agree with you. Cause Kim, if you knew better, you would have fucking Brielle put that little bitch to work, have her watch all them badass kids. Stop making excuses and shit. And then Kim gets to telling the medium how she's a spiritual person. And bitch, where? You ain't no fucking spiritual person. So next we have Kim and Portia. They sit down. And Kenya ends up becoming angry and irritated. Because she ends up saying to Kim, well, everybody had to give up their phone, so you need to do, what the medium asks you to do, so shit, we can all get started. And then Kim kept quiet, I noticed, when Kenya was saying shit to her, because she claimed she wasn't going to let, Kenya have any of her energy. And the reason why you was acting like that, Kim, is because motherfucking Kenya got your motherfucking ass together about them John Legend tickets. So you didn't want a part 2 of that. That's what that was, bitch. Next, Nene talks to the girls stating, when they all get together, they always want to address her and the Portia situation. And, Nene just mentioned, there's a lot of elephants and shit in the room. We don't need to just talk about me and Portia. And then the motherfucking lights go out and everybody freaks out. And Kenya, that motherfucker, was like, I don't know what that was about. She was like, maybe it's because it's a bad spirit in here with a blonde wig on, dressed like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, baby. I was cracking the fuck up. Anyway, the medium introduces herself as Mbele. And, she pretty much tells the girls how she is a medium. And her goal for tonight with the ladies is to pretty much hash out all their issues and to identify the elephants that's in the room. And she tells them not to take anything personal. So first she starts with Sheree. She tells Sheree that she needs to know when to start things and know when to end things. And then she tells Sheree that there's no reason for her to be indecisive about anything. Shit, there's plenty of reason to be indecisive. Shit, the motherfucking man is in prison, so I don't know, psychic. I don't know about that. Next, she notices how Kim is touching all on Portia's hair. And Mbele, which is the medium, she says to Kim, you want to fix my hair too, honey? That was cracking me the fuck up. Next, she gets to Kandi and tells Kandi that Kandi can hear and see things like a deja vu. And Kandi says she's been told that before and she needs to learn how to tap into it. Next, she goes to Nene. She tells Nene she's not a little girl anymore and what people think or feel about her is totally irrelevant. She tells Nene she has a heart of gold and she really cares about people. During this time, you see Kim and Portia. They are both rolling they motherfucking eyes. And then Kim is going to say something. Well, this shit is bizarre. Okay, so next, Mbele goes to Cynthia. And at first I thought she was talking to Kim, but actually it was Cynthia she was just saying that sometimes people say things to her and she doesn't want to listen, and she tells her she may want to listen this time around. She tells Cynthia to protect herself, her pride, and her character, and Mbele tells Cynthia that people are right this time about whatever they're trying to tell you. And Cynthia feels like Mbele is pretty much insinuating that Will is an opportunist, and that, you know, he's just trying to use her. But Cynthia says, shit, I'm just gonna keep seeing him anyways. And you know why you gonna keep seeing him, Cynthia? Because you want to fuck that man, and I don't blame you. Fuck that motherfucker, and fuck what everybody is saying, girl. I'm with you. Next, Kim starts saying how she doesn't believe what Mbele is saying to Cynthia, and how she comes from a higher power. And everybody looking at Kim's ass crazy, like, bitch, you don't come from no fucking higher power. And then Mbele calls Kim out for how spiritual she claims to be, and how shitty Kim has been acting since she's been there. I thought that was motherfucking funny. Drag that fucking bitch. Kim, really, why are you being so rude and acting like you know everything and you don't know shit? So anyways, honey, they go back and forth, and she tells Kim, you know what you give out is what you'll get back. So she addressed Kim's ass and moved right the fuck on along to Kenya. She tells Kenya she won't be with the group much longer. And then Kenya gets all freaked out like, oh, am I going to die? And Mbele says, well, no, you're not just going to drop dead. No. She tells Kenya that she has a different destiny. And then while she's talking to Kenya and telling her this, Kim is telling Portia how she's been read by so many different famous psychics and how all this is some bullshit. You know, just basically being the rude ass bitch that she is. Then Kenya says to Kim, either you're going to sit and listen or you can leave. You know, basically telling her, you know, you need to shut the fuck up if you go keep talking in between, you know, every time she's talking to somebody, your ass is motherfucking talking. Nene claps at the end of Kenya's little speech to Kim. Next, the medium tells everybody to switch seats. Nene says she doesn't know why Wig and Go Naked are still holding hands. Like, Kim and Portia, they never switched seats when she told them to move. So next, Mbele tries to present Kim with a bath. She says she could help her, she needs to be cleaned off so she can release everything and move on. And I thought that was shady as fuck, and the girls was looking and smiling. I swear I laughed so motherfucking loud, y'all. Kim looked embarrassed as fuck, and she pretty much told Mbele, no, you know, you can't give me a bath. Then Kim says she doesn't feel connected to Mbele, and Mbele ends up walking off, honey, saying that she just doesn't feel like being bothered with this no more. You know, it's just a little bit too much for her. I was mad that Mbele walked off because I love what Mbele was giving, though. I felt like she was lying a few times with the readings, but I felt like, shit, she was giving Kim, honey, the motherfucking blues, and I was here for it. So next, since Mbele done walked off, honey, and got sick of Kim's fake ass like I would, Kandi addresses Portia about the tea party that they had to resolve her issues with Nene. And then Portia pretty much tells the group that she feels like Nene doesn't give a fuck and still has the same facial expression as, you know, she did when they last talked. And she did have that same facial expression because the producers they showed Nene's expression now and then Nene's expression at the tea party, and it was the same facial expression. It was so motherfucking funny. Then Kandi says she feels like, you know, nothing has been resolved. Then Sheree calls Nene out about not addressing the elephant in the room amongst her and Kim. And then, next thing I know, Sheree and Nene damn near get into it. And Sheree says that, is this about Tyrone, Nene? Like, what is the problem with me and you? Because you got mug shots too. Then Nene rolls her eyes at Sheree and says, going to jail and getting bonded out ain't the same thing. Okay? She was like, it's a difference between going to jail and getting out and being stuck in a motherfucking jail for 10 or 20 years. And that is very true. Sheree, you just mad that Nene called your little prison bae out, honey. And you really sensitive about that. Anyway, Sheree, the man is ex-con, and you just need to deal with it, honey. Anyways, it comes out that Kandi is the one, because Portia asks, well, who told you this, Sheree? And then Sheree says that it was Kandi that is the one that told her that Nene called him a con artist. Then Kandi starts trying to explain her motherfucking self, telling me, we was all talking about it. It don't matter, Kandi, if y'all was all talking about it. You didn't have to be messy, honey. You can't call out other people for being messy, and then here you go being messy. Next, Nene shaded Sheree again, y'all, saying, this man, Sheree, has been in prison for 1,000,000 years. And you talking to me about an arrest? I thought that was so motherfucking funny. Sheree rolled her eyes at Nene. Kim says something under her breath. Then Kenya tells Kim that she's being rude. And they end up dead in a Tyrone situation. Kenya tries to address Kim, but Kim doesn't want to talk. Then Cynthia asks, well, why do they even have a problem in the first place? You know, why does Kenya and Kim have a problem? And Kenya states that it all started with what happened at Nene's house, how Kim kept coming for her saying, you know, how her husband doesn't exist. Kenya said, I never came for her. And then Cynthia said, no, you didn't. And then Kim says to Cynthia, you're not in this. Just sit there and look pretty. Kim, you are one disrespectful ass bitch. And if you would have said that to me, bitch, I would have back smacked the fuck out of your trailer park looking ass. You don't tell no beautiful black woman like Cynthia to just sit there and be pretty. What the fuck is wrong with you, Kim? Your motherfucking you got a superiority complex. You just think you the shit now that you married and got all these motherfucking kids and shit. You ain't nothing but another octomom, bitch. Y'all, she really pissed me the fuck off. Because, you know, you don't come in no motherfucking sister like that. But she figured she could try to pull that with Cynthia. And Cynthia told her, don't tell me to be quiet. Then Kim says that she doesn't like how Kenya, you know, talked about her kids. And that's what got her going, you know, when they got into it. And then Kim tells her again to, you know, just as they were all getting ready to leave, you know, well, Cynthia, you know, you really need to stay out of it. And you just need to be a pretty face. Kim, why you gonna say that dumbass shit to her again? You wouldn't say that shit to me, bitch. And Cynthia got her ass together and she told her Brielle shouldn't be on social media talking about adults, you know, and she's a child. So she shouldn't be doing that shit. Next, Kim stays behind to talk to Nene because Nene asked her, you know, would she pretty much stay behind. And Nene is having Kim stay behind because she's just trying to figure out how everything goes so wrong with Kim. You know, she really had the best of intentions of them being cool, and she just feels like her relationship with Kim is pretty surface. So that's what she's telling her. And Nene also tells Kim, you know, that she didn't want Sheree around while they were talking. And Nene didn't like how Kim kept bringing up the handicap issue since Greg had just got a hospital and Kim, you know, has actually had heart issues. She was like, I thought you would be sympathetic to me being, you know, dealing with somebody with a handicap issue. Then Kim tells, oh, you know, that was nothing. And, you know, my daughter Brielle, you know, she's obsessed with you. And I'm like, what does this have to do? Not Nene, Kim, you talk about Nene like a motherfucking dog behind her motherfucking back. Then you get in her motherfucking face. You was being shady with the handicap comment, how Nene parked in a handicap spot. Then you was being shady with the Snapchat thing. You talking about how Brielle is crazy about Nene, but why you didn't tell Nene to her face that your motherfucking daughter was Snapchatting the bugs in her motherfucking house? So you full of shit and you full of lies. Kandi had to get your ass together on Twitter Because you motherfuckers sat up there and told Sheree that Kandi tried to eat your motherfucking box at one time. You know Kandi don't want your motherfucking ass. And Kandi called you out to be the motherfucking liar that you are. You a lying ass bitch, Kim. And then Kim tries to turn shit around on Nene, telling her that the problem is with you, Nene. She tells Nene that she feels like maybe she was on drugs or something. And Nene is like, no, this bitch is not just pulling shit out of her ass. And she is, Nene. Nene says, bitch, I ain't on no drugs. I was on some motherfucking vodka. That's what the fuck I was on. I wasn't on no motherfucking drugs. So Nene see that the bitch is full of shit and still up to her new tricks. And so do I, you guys. That was it for Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was quite a shade fest. It was very interesting. And I will talk to you guys next week on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl Brand New, and I'm out.